So, you remember that funny haha meme about game journalists that people were freaking out about?
Yes,
My
I remember
friend sent me
vividly.
sent me a link to something that happened a while ago. I think I remember seeing it. I'm gonna scan it for similar things. Or a PC Gamer wrote an article said how modders are removing enemies from games to create stress-free experiences. And I want to find someone in here who makes the game journalist joke and see if they're still around.
Oh boy, that's
I
it.
completely. This.
Seriously, was like it was such a fascinating thread, the one I showed you,
Mm-hmm. It really
because
was.
it was like every comment you see was getting ratioed because it was all gaming journalists saying, "Hey, bad timing, insensitive," and it's like, dude, you're a fucking game
Hey,
journalist.
bad timing. Very insensitive. I had to use this reply as an excuse to continue to not play the game I have currently written a review about. Thank you. Goodbye. I want to become a gaming journalist just so I can shit on the gaming journalist industry.
Well, why do you have to be a gaming journalist to do that?
Because then it will be funny when people see that I have credentials.
I think it was a game journalist who posted something like that.
Good.
I don't remember exactly though.
You do realize you don't have to download these mods, right, guys? That is true. Very true.
Yes.
That's the beauty of
I
mods.
also don't have to make fun of game journalists, but I definitely will.
Yeah, but that's funny.
It's on the other side. Do I know how to get to it? Is it connected through somewhere else? Apparently it is, but I don't know if I... Yeah, I can get to it from the other place. Oh, maybe it was faster to go the other way, but I needed to find this out, I guess.
You're only supposed to mod games to make them weirder, harder, or cooler. Never easier. Yeah, okay.
Never!
Okay, dude.
Never! I forgot about that in the handbook of when to mod your games.
Yeah, as a, you know,
I'm losing too much energy, I'm just gonna
a
reload.
self as a self-reported expert in game modification myself, I totally forgot when I read the guide as well. It said only harder, no quality of life modifications allowed because those are for babies.
Yep. If you're
Please
trying to
explain.
improve the quality of your life, then get a job.
True.
Simply acquire job.
Simply acquire more currency and play pay to win games. And there you go. Built
Plant
in.
plant the tree that the money does come from.
Hmm. Please explain how one plays Doom without enemies. Tweet was deleted by tweet author. Oh, good point. What did they say that made them concede their point?
That they then deleted.
Yeah, that's...
I wonder I feel like from them just saying, "Oh, good point," it's either like a really long like paragraph of, "Oh, well, this could be a reason to do something like that," or it's just like, "Fuck you, bitch."
To be honest, it seems unnecessary. Well, I really don't want to. If I didn't want to bother with the challenge, I would just turn on cheats. But to outright remove any threat, might as well just watch a movie or read a book. Well, have you considered? Maybe someone just wants to explore the very well made environment of a game. Or
Yeah.
maybe
Have
there's
you
someone
have you
who's.
considered that not every mod is made for you?
Uh huh. I mean, also, to be fair, any mod is unnecessary. The games
So
themselves
are
are
video games.
unnecessary. Exactly. They're just entertainment. They're commodities. They're not
I was about to say,
necessary.
I feel like I've talked about this before, and it was with you.
We did
Why
with
did we
movies.
need this game to happen? Why do we need this mod? It's like they're at a
Yeah.
fucking job, like, okay, why do we need to allocate resources to this? It's like,
Hmm.
no, we don't. We're just trying to do something fun.
Anything and everything must have purpose. that I understand personally. Because if it doesn't, that's weird and lame and stupid and scary.
Yep. Oh shit.
And yeah, like what? Imagine if you're like a fucking someone who does like deep dives on video game lore, and you just want to like look at the world and the environment and read the logs, and there's just a mod that removes all threat and lets you do that freely. That would be super cool for you. I'm sure you would
Yes.
really appreciate that.
Especially if it's something like Dark Souls where there's not really an easy way around a lot of it.
Hmm.
Not to say Dark Souls is like actual hardest game ever, but
No, it
just
is.
because
Don't worry.
it's known for that, it's like it would really help when a game like that has so much lore tied to it that you don't have to necessarily overcome that challenge just to get to that lore if that's all you're interested in.
Hmm.
And
Like I know.
let's plays don't necessarily cover it, and uh, or not always exactly, and then it's a lot more exciting to see in the game than it is from like how would you say just reading it on the Wikipedia or something.
Yeah, it is more interesting to see like hidden secrets or just things like that firsthand than secondhand, in my opinion.
And that's not a reason to like change how the game permanently works necessarily, just more options. It's all about more options,
Hmm.
guys.
I remember, like, I used to love games that let me make maps, and I would just go and like Far Cry 2, for example. I would just go on the internet and like download maps for that game, and I would just explore them because I just thought that mapping and like map design was a really cool thing.
So I do want to go behind me actually. Oh, oh, yeah. Do you like how I dodged that one by jumping? I did dodge one. Uh, it's a long way, isn't it? It's hard to.
If you need to remove enemies from your games, I think you're missing the point of said games. I think it could be useful for someone who's interested in game development. Sometimes I just want to explore a world. Yep, same as me. To which they respond, "That's what map editors are for." And the person says, "Not every game has a map editor."
Yes.
Yeah, very true.
Or you could just make every game have a map editor with mods, and now we're back to square one. This is the argument.
Hmm.
This is what we want. Yes. Okay, so it's a ceiling on.
Sadly, no one has made game journalist joke yet. Very
Unfortunate.
sad.
Well, we can't have jokes in here anyway, so.
That's true. They're probably all these deleted tweets I'm scrolling past.
Yeah, they sent ninjas to hunt them down. The same one as the
That's a good
Nintendo
point.
ninjas, because Nintendo developers are equally as bad as at
That's
games.
a pretty good bit. Okay, so it can't be any of us three. But if one of the other two of us plays Alien Isolation, install the mod for that game, but don't tell them.
Oh.
That would be very, like, anxiety inducing.
Yeah, if you just never see anything. Not for me because I don't get scared at games, but
Uh-huh.
uh, for someone else, probably Drizzle.
That'd be a good bit.
We'll just like hype it up a lot. Like, dude, the first time you see something in this game, it's wild. And
Oh, it's coming. I promise. We're,
oh, we
we're
have to
8 hours
fight
in now, but I promise it's just around the corner. You're so close.
this guy. We have to do this again.
Having multiple ways to play a game is literally only a good thing for the consumer. Why are you complaining? Very true.
Yeah. Yeah, people are just kind of making a problem out of this, aren't they?
People just like to be angry.
Yes.
Oh, they just do. I get it.
God. I was actually about
This
to
is-
do another super missile. I'm glad I didn't. Am I even in the right? Yeah, I'm going the right way still.
I've said this
Yep.
before. I'm going to say it again. And this person, I wonder if every gamer in this comment who's whining about the integrity of their precious toys ever lived through the 90s where we loved using cheat codes to mess with stuff. I don't know if I've ever said this on recording before,
Ooh, look at
but
this.
but as an artist, just fuck your creative vision.
Yeah.
It does not matter. You can do it all you want. That's perfectly fine. But a majority of people are not going to respect it, and you just have to accept it.
Wait, what are you talking
That's all.
about?
Just people making the arguments that these mods change the artistic vision of the game.
Oh,
Which is like, sure, true, but also fuck their creative vision. I do not care. If you want to experience their creative vision, you just play the game as intended. It's
yeah.
that simple.
It's not gone. It's you simply have another option.
There is so there's a very similar idea in coding that I've seen applied to the modding scene as well. Where what is it? It's cathedral versus something else. Um, I have it pinned somewhere because I was actually talking to someone about this not too long ago. Cath Ed Cathid. Cause ooh, hot modding news. I just 1 second.
These guys are so hard to catch. I'm just gonna use missiles. Alright, is there no grappling? I forgot, could I not get up there or something? Ah, here we are. This is why I couldn't do it. Oh, oh, very close.
Okay, so the original thing is called Cathedral versus Bazaar, and it has to do with closed source versus open source coding. And then someone rewrote it into Cathedral versus Parlor for mods. And the reason that this was shared recently and came across is because the Nexus mods, one of the probably biggest or most well-known platform for distributing mods for initially Elder Scrolls, but any number of games now. They recently made an update to their policy where basically they're doing this thing called collections, which is basically like people can make mod packs, and then they can be like tested to ensure that the mods are compatible, and then people can use the collections to make a mod pack from them through their website. Some people are mad about that for very stupid reasons compared to the other part of this, where they are now removing the option to delete files and instead replacing it with an option to archive the file. Exceptions are made for literally broken mods that like would cause confusion and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part,
Oops.
you are no longer able to remove files you upload to the Nexus without explicit permission from like Nexus admins themselves. And there is a lot of modders who are upset about this because they have what is called the parlor view, where their mod is basically their right or their creative vision exclusively, and without their blessing, their explicit blessing, should not or is not allowed to be modified or exchanged in any way.
Hmm.
And for some reason, that's a huge problem on the Nexus, which I don't understand. I mean, in the modding scene in general, at least in the Elder Scrolls modding scene, there's a lot of people who
Level
they're
3.
very they're very restrictive of their mods and their ideas,
Whoa, look at that.
and that's what we would call like the parlor view. And then there's the, like you're invited to come into the parlor by the author and browse his mods only at his permission. Whereas the cathedral view is the idea that mods are built together and one is based off one another's work and so on. It's a much more collectivist modding ideal in a sense.
Solution to this: something. Kids in Africa simply stop being a crybaby.
Yeah, I agree. At least with the stop being a crybaby people. I don't.
You don't agree with kids in Africa?
No, we need to get them out of there.
Kids in Africa should simply leave.
There's a document for anyone who's interested, because I didn't go very much into it, because I don't know. It's a lot. It's I wouldn't want to say dense, but it refers to very specific points of like the modding community for Bethesda games, and not everyone's
Actually,
interested
I'm
in
gonna
that.
check this thing because is this
Uh-huh.
like a different? Yeah, it's a new Metroid.
But in case the viewers are wondering, I am firmly in the cathedral modding view. If that wasn't evidenced by the fact that I literally said "fuck your creative vision" earlier.
Oof, this guy's hurt. I wonder if I should do another one of these because I am a bit hurt. And then I'm also checking this. Oh wow, we've been going for a bit. We'll figure out what this is next time.
Hmm.
Um, if you like options in games, fuck you.